Have you ever joined an AFK shop and you see someone chatting with the host and they ask, "How much for a piece of gear on the floor?" And the host responds, 50 CV? Have you ever read through Dungeon Defender Discord servers and seen people looking to buy or offering to sell gear for a certain amount of CV, Magi, or Cheaters? What in the world is CV? What is it used for, and where can you get it? Also, what are Cheaters and Magi? Well, Cheaters are event accessories that have the best total stats of any accessory in-game. You may also see people call Cheaters Cheetos. The 6 accessories that are called Cheaters are Celebracers, which are bracers, Final Patch, often shortened to FP, which is a mask, and 4 Brooch Cheater accessories. Those accessories are Celebration, the New Patch Celebration shortened to NPC, Elf Party Hat, often called EPH, and the Valentine's Patch Celebration, also known as VPC. These 4 brooch accessories are also commonly called pointies. Magi are event diamonds that have 800 in all tower stats. There are currently 2 common Magi, the Greater Magicite of Wind and the Greater Magicite of Pumpkin. These Magi are often valued at 100 to 200 CV. There are also 3 rare special Magi. The Christmas, Love, and Water Magi are quite rare and basically priceless and would only be traded for extremely crazy gear. As always, these values are subject to change and often fluctuate depending on market supply and demand. Cheaters and Magi are often used as currency for high-value items that are traded or auctioned by other players. As an example, a 1650 or greater DPS gear or a 2250 or higher apprentice gear will generally cost a cheater plus more. Now, to confuse things even more, auctions may also specify specific CV values on other sought-after event items like Rainmakers, Crackers, or Event Guardians. Now that we know what Cheaters and Magi are, what is CV? CV is short for Companion Cube Value or Cube Value. A Companion Cube is a Steam-exclusive pet that can only be earned once by completing every original challenge on Nightmare Hardcore. In the early days of Dungeon Defenders, cubes were often used as currency. I personally earned a lot of cubes by selling lab runs and leveling up other players' characters. I then used those cubes to buy pieces of gear I was struggling to farm myself. A Companion Cube is valued at 1 CV. As time passed and hacked cubes flooded the market, cubes lost their value and stopped being accepted. Diamonds and crystal hearts took over as the preferred currency, but the CV terminology persisted. A diamond or heart's value is based on its tower damage stat. A diamond or heart that does not cap tower damage, which is 800, is valued at 5 CV. A diamond or heart that caps tower damage is 10 CV. A diamond or heart that caps tower damage and 1 other tower stat is 15 CV. A diamond or heart that triple caps is technically valued at 20 CV, but honestly, triple cap diamonds are not used for currency as they are far too rare and their real value is undetermined. Just know that all of these values are subjective and can change at any time, but this is what you can expect 99% of the time. Now, just like when hacked cubes were flooding the market, the same is occurring for diamonds. When trading, always be sure to check each diamond or heart to validate that it is real and not hacked. I cannot specify the things to look for, but if you are being traded a diamond or a heart that caps more than 2 stats, you are most likely being scammed. If you have questions about an item's legitimacy, reach out in the trading discussion channel in the DDRNG Discord or DM a trading police role user. Also, people do not simply hand out cheaters, events, diamonds, or hearts. If you join a tavern or someone joins your tavern and just starts giving away these things, just know that those items are all hacked and should be sold to the tavern keep. Screenshot the person giving out hacked items and report them in the DDRNG server. So, how do you get CV? Well, you could farm Wintermire or Winter Wonderland to get coal. Once you have 88 coal, you can create a diamond. You can also farm a Lover's Paradise or Wandering Heart to get heart fragments, and once you have 88 heart fragments, you can create a crystal heart. You can also find coal or shards being sold in AFK shops for 30 to 70 million if you have loads of mana to spare. Selling coal or shards in AFK mana shops is a great way to make mana if you are in need. Or you could farm a great piece of armor, weapon, or a pet and sell it. If you go this route, here are a few things I've seen people do. First, you could check to see what the item is worth by checking the pinned comments in the trading discussion channel and reviewing the base pricing threads. These comments cover the general prices of event items, armor, and apprentice weapons. You can also post a censored image of the item in the trading discussion channel and ask for a price check. All ++ items should be censored when posting images of them. Censoring an item basically changes the last digit of a stat to X. To censor an item, go to Options and then click Enable Censor Items and then click Accept. You can also enable censor items by pressing Ctrl-C. Just know that Ctrl-C does not work when you are in an item or character menu. Once you've established a price for the item you are wanting to sell, you can post it in the Buy and Sell channel. I personally prefer sellers to have a price in mind when they post as opposed to just wanting people to make an offer, but that is just a personal preference. In general, buyers ping sellers in the trading discussion channel to discuss buying items unless the seller asks to be DM'd. Once you have a buyer, work out a time to trade. I take a screenshot of every trade I make for my own records. Whether you do that or not is up to you. Just remember to check the items you are being traded. If you are suspicious about the deal, don't make it. Consult someone you trust or ask in the trading discussions. The last way to make CV would be selling event items you've earned through community raffles, giveaways, or community events, assuming you took a screenshot of the trade window when you received the item. A screenshot of the event item traded to you is called a trace. Traces are required when selling or trading event items. This is so the buyer can trace the origin of the event item to the event host that gave the item out. Without a trace, your event item is basically useless as currency, so make it a habit to always screenshot your trace. Lastly, I'd like to personally thank Oliver and Uber for reading the initial draft of this video and suggesting edits. I could not have made this video without their input and support. And that covers currency, cheaters, CV, and trading. I am not a big trader in general and prefer to self-farm in most cases. I do, however, love event items. If I got anything wrong, please let me know in the comments. Thank you, and happy farming.